want to give our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakwadash. I want to give double honor to Apostle Jim Esther Rosewell. Peace, blessing, salutation to Yakim. You feel Aqua tuning in, you Israelite funnels that are scattered. Now, this is pretty much just laying back and off, I believe, Elder Monato Zakba, who did a lesson, and a few other brothers that did a lesson about pretty much the podcast of Fresh and Fit. And what they usually do is bring women. They're based off in Miami. Miami is a very, very, pretty much is going to the scriptures, 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter. In perilous times, people should be lovers of themselves, greedy, and, boasters, heady, high-minded. And Miami is a very is a place where it is a lot of delusion, a lot of people who front, and they're liars. They live false lives and double lives. They're double-minded, and their tongue is deadly, full of poison. This is the definition of backbiting.
Strong's G2636,
Katalalia, that's backbiting. And it says defamation, backbiting, evil speaking. Now, I'm just going to be jumping around, but bear with me. Yeah. Start off with this one. No, it is not. That's not the one I want. Bear with me. I don't know where it went. Damn it. Salaki, all right. This is Sirach 28 and 13. Curse the whisperer and double tongue, for such have destroyed many that were at peace. A backbiting tongue, what you saw, defamation, evil speaking, have disquieted many and driven them from nation to nation. Strong cities have it pulled down and overthrown the houses of great men. Now, who's the ultimate backbiter? Esau, the so-called white race, which did what? Defamed us, brought on that reproach, destroyed us as a nation, and did what? Ultimately, just separated our women from against us and caused a gender war and driven us from place to place, city to city, nation to nation, and sold us. And then they come with, plans to destroy us as a nation. Our strongholds, they tore down. And through their backbiting, they can continue to destroy our strong cities. Which part of, one thing they did in overthrowing the houses, and what is one thing they did? They destroyed the family. And so that backbiter tongue have cast out virtuous women. Who were the most virtuous women at one time? The Israelite women, so-called Black, Latina, Hispanic women. One of the most humblest, loyalist, women at one time. And one time they had wisdom. But now they're completely void of wisdom. Going back to the feminism movement. Going back then, even to the Willie Lynch era, Jim Crow, and the whole plan. Well, go way before then. But my point is, in this day of frame, because even before, you always had ways how you go into the spoils of war, and clearly this day our women are the spoils of war, because they pretty much they're down for Esau's plan and their agenda. They believe Esau. That's why these women, they go on these podcasts, they go on these platforms, especially starting with the so-called black woman. Her tongue is just harsh and rash. And it's shit. It says the backbiting tongue had cast out virtuous women and deprived them of their labors. And now these women, they don't know their place. They're out of order, completely out of order. So whoso hearkeneth to it shall never find rest and never dwell quietly. Now, when you look at the so-called black woman, that's why she got is that term, buy a dog and die alone. The so-called black woman is never at rest. She's stressed. She's depressed. She has kids, and she's never at her home. She's never home. She's never at home. She's not a keeper of a house. You know, she never dwell quietly. You know, she wine bottles. I mean, it's a damn shame, man. When you look at these so-called black women and trickle on down, the so-called Puerto Rican women on down, they're not at rest. They're not at ease. These women are constantly, their mind is constantly racing and pacing. Why? Because they always are trying to level up on a man, level up on society. They're stressed the fuck out. And, that's why when you look at these women, man, they always talking about they busy, and they all, they're busy bodies. They always into drama. When you talk to these women, you just, man, you really gotta be circumspect. You really gotta evaluate these women that you're dealing with. Because he has destroyed our women. Let me see. Verse 13, Sirach 5 and 13. Honor and shame is in talk, and the tongue of man is his fall. What it says, pretty much what the point is in verse 13. Sirach 5 and 13 is honor and shame is in talk. When these so-called black women start to talking, it's nothing but shame. She thinks she's getting honor. When she put down the so-called black man, her own man, then shit, forget about Poppy and Hector or Hernandez. She doesn't even, I found it funny because you tell so-called black woman, okay, if you don't want the so-called black man, you just get your so-called, Puerto Rican. They have a lot of babies, and I'd be like, okay, you sit there and open up your legs to 20 dudes and have 7, 8, 10 babies, all by different fathers. So it doesn't. Again, it goes. These women, they get on these platforms, fresh and fit. Kevin Samuels. What's some more? The roommates. And these other guys are finding clips and video clips of women. They get on these podcasts, and again, nothing but shame. They think, when they talk, they think they're getting honor. I'm a boss bitch, I'm a diva, I'm a goddess, I'm this, I'm that. I'm an OnlyFans queen, I'm a model. When they talk, they think that's bringing them honor, but that's bringing you that shame. And it said the tongue of a man is his fall. So again, if men say certain things, that's the end of it. And how much more you women? And the scripture says, great pride is right before destruction, roughly paraphrasing. Let me see. Yeah, Sirach 4 and 24, for by speech, wisdom shall be known, and learning by the word of the tongue. And no wise speak against the truth, but be abashed of the error of thine error of thy ignorance. So by speech and what comes out of your mouth, wisdom shall be known. And these women, my goodness, all you gotta do is go on Fresh and Fit. All you gotta do is go on Kevin Samuels. I don't need to play clips. You know, everything's coming out now. It says, "In no wise speak against the truth." And what these women are doing, they're going against the pricks. They're going against the natural order. A woman desire is supposed to be to her husband. A woman is supposed to be. Matter of fact, let me just go get it. Howard made Eve to be Noah's helpmate, keepers of home. Titus 2:1. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, and patience. So men, we're supposed to speak sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, charity, and patience. We're supposed to talk as if we're seasoned men. And you women, he said the aged woman. So Kevin Samuels not wrong about when he says you're in the danger zone in 27 to 35. You at that time, really, all in all, you really are grandmothers. Because we all know women turn women at the age, roughly at the age of 12, 13 when they get their periods. Again, go back to your grandmothers and your great-grandmothers, and they will tell you. And it said the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as become of holiness, not false accusers. Now, what is holiness? Knowing your place, knowing your order, knowing your labors, knowing what you were born to do. But what does women do? they try to get out of every situation. So what they do, they accuse men for every damn thing. Not giving them much wine as doctrine, philosophy, and so forth. And these bitches drink shit. Teachers of good things. What comes out the tongue? What spews out of the mouth of these women? Everything that's not good. He says that they may teach the young women to be sober. These women teach a young woman to be whores and sluts, just like they were to be fuck ups. Hey, like the scriptures in Ezekiel says, so is the mother, so is the daughter. These women know, these older women know that they fucked up and was a whore and a slut and destroyed their relationship, just ran the man out the house in the agony and the pain and the suffering that they're going through. They want their little daughters to go through it too. But it said to love their husbands. You see that? To love their husband, to love their children. These women don't even love their own children. They don't, they damn sure don't love their husbands. To be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands. These bitches tell each other, respect your options. That the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. There you go. So that's, if a woman is pretty much speaking this, then hey, she's upright. But when these bitches, we all see what's going on when these women get on these fucking platforms. It's a complete opposite. So yeah, going back. For by speech wisdom, Sirach 4:24. For by speech wisdom shall be known, and learning by the word of the tongue. And no wise speak against the truth, but be abashed for the error of thy ignorance. So when these women are even being corrected and told about the truth, these bitches have no shame. I'm trying not to make this too long. I'm trying to pretty much just about to hurry up. Sirach 6. 5. Sweet language will multiply friends, and a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings. Not with the Israelite woman. And that's the point. Sweet language will multiply friends. These women don't even have friends. These women always fighting each other. Can't trust each other. You got man, it's a damn shame when these women. These own women tell you that they don't even mess with each other due to the man. These women are destroyed. Sirach 9. Verse 9 and 18. A man of an ill tongue is dangerous in the city, and he that is rash in his talk shall be hated. And that goes for the man and woman. Hey, what's her name? Judith was loved. You know? Judith was very loved. She got respect. Judith, when her husband died, she never remarried. She never laid down with another man. Why? Because she knew her place, her labor's work. She stood up for the nation. She kept honor in her husband. She uplifted the nation. She ain't sell out to Holofernes. She could have easily, shit, nigga. Holofernes can kill Israel, and he ain't gonna kill me. She could have been greedy, selfish, and how I feel. My people, is some of the men got weak. The city of in the time of Holofernes, the city had got weak. They were ready to give themselves up. But what's her name? Judith ain't say, how I feel. Well, shit. He can go ahead and have Jerusalem. No, she stood up for, she did what she did. And she beheaded fucking Holofernes, man. So it says again, it says a man of an ill tongue is dangerous in this city. Why is there so much so-called black on black crime in the city? Why is there so much pain and agony amongst the city? Why are there so many effeminate boys in the city? Why are there so many masculine so-called black women in the city? Why, since 1960s, during the feminism, and then you had, what is her name? I can't remember her name, but brothers know what I'm talking about. The lady, the black woman's God, the understanding of so-called black men. These women get on these platforms and let it all out. And now when you go into the cities and wherever, the so-called black household, and it said, and he that is rash in his talk shall be hated. And the so-called black woman is what? Least desired, and the most hated. Why? Because your mouth is fucking foul. You have an ill tongue. Sirach 8, let me see. I'm gonna find, yeah. Let me see. Oh man. Sirach chapter 27. Wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity. Not the so-called black woman, not the so-called Puerto Rican woman, but a babbler and a fool will regard no time. That's why when you try to talk to these so-called black women, they'll just be cutting you off. They don't have no regard. They don't care. They're just pretty much thinking about themselves. So he that uses many words shall be abhorred. And the so-called black woman, the simplest thing is to take this bitch goddamn 200 words. Something that just take 2, 3, 4, 5 words to explain in a sentence. This bitch uses 300 goddamn words, man. And he that taketh to himself authority, therein shall be hated. And pretty much the so-called black woman has elevated herself to a position, to authority, underneath the gods of the so-called white man to take over the community. Um, Sirach 19. This is, start at verse 5. Whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned. That's the so-called black woman. They take pleasure in what they see and what's really going on. They don't have no credibility. They have no. It doesn't bother them the state of our people. They're so. What's that saying? Our people are one of the most want to be right, but so wrong. But he that resisteth pleasures crowneth his life. But hey, our women, hey, they they love the pleasures of what they're getting through the guise of E. He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife, and he that hateth Babylon shall have less evil. Self-explanatory. Sirach 28. Yeah, this is about the tongue. Sirach 28 and 16. Whoso hearken unto it shall never find rest, and never dwell quietly. The stroke of the whip maketh marks in the flesh, but the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bones. Many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many has fallen by the tongue. And you're ready to see a lot of these so-called black women be destroyed. Why? Because of that goddamn tongue. Well, is he that is defended through the venom thereof, who have not drawn the yoke thereof, or nor have been bound in her bands. Exactly. So, hey, hey, we gotta say Cole all y'all about Shah that we wasn't pretty much poisoned and broken down by the words of these women, because these women, yeah, a lot of men are behind bars in jail in the grave because of these fucking women, because they actually believed the poison, the venom of these women. A lot of men are committing suicides, committing suicide. Salaki. Let me see. This last one, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Sirach 8:3. Strive not with a man that is full of tongue, and heap not wood upon his fire. Again, you can't, you strive, you try to, you strive with these women. I'm telling you, man. Boy, oh boy. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to end it. I'm about to lay it down. With that, I'm going to say shalom.